So recently, or not so recently, the Polish MEP was in front of the UN General Assembly and said some pretty ballsy things. That's to put it as mildly as I can. Um, take a listen.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dear leftists, I'm very happy to take part in this debate about democracy in Europe. So let me give you some example of very major democracy in Poland, over 1,000 years of tradition of Polish nation. Polish nation rejected you, dear leftists, 8 times. 8 times in a row you have lost elections in Poland. So get used to it, because you're going to lose again. That's number one. Let me give you some data about Poland and Polish democracy. The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there is a 0 terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn from Poland. Be like Poland. Thank you very much.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just text "new car" to 88909 right now to get started. That's "new car" to 88909. Auto financing the easy way. Text "new car" to 88909.
You know who he sounds an awful lot like? I mean, I'll let you guess. He's orange. I'm going to call him Agent Orange for this video. I'll call the guy the Polish MEP, and then when he's talking like is the Agent Orange. Okay. When you have the ability to reject stupidity as a nation, what you'll end up seeing is a thriving of your nation. And people going to start to wonder what you're doing. And when you tell them what you're doing and it goes against or flies in the face of what they want you to be doing, they'll tell you you're lying, you're doing something else, and you're just trying to, all kinds of excuses. Then they'll start with the name calling about what you are. You're a homophobe, xenophobe, any kind of phobe they'll call you. Then they'll tell you that you're just against humanity and human rights. They've tried all of that. And in spite of all of that, Poland is still thriving. Poland is moving along. They weren't affected nearly as much as most places when that hit. And here we have one of their top dogs speaking out against America's global control. Yeah, we've been kind of branded the bad guy, but that's not new. We've kind of been the bad guy. For as much as our local policies helped the American citizens for a period of time in there, not the entire duration of America, but for a fair bit, we have, on the other hand, done what I would like to call a sleight of hand. We are a protecting nations while gunning down public heads everywhere. If you won't fall in line, we will make you fall in line. And if you don't want to fall in line after that, we end you. Poland ain't even having any of it. They're not letting woke, they're not letting left, they're not letting socialism, they're not letting Marxism, any of that come into their country. The end result is an amazing thing. People are happy, crime is down, they're making money, and they're at peace. It's amazing when you take your hand out the cookie jar and the sugar jar, diabetes just stop messing with you. Ain't it funny? But we seem to somehow think that because you eat sugar and you eat, you ain't gonna get diabetes. Then your leg rotting off and you're sitting there on the couch and you can't walk and then you're all in pain and your side hurting and you're getting fat and you're wondering what's happening because you eat wrong. But you call it what? My choice. Look, you can consider this a race thing if you want. It's not. You can consider this white privilege if you want. It's not. It's common sense. It is common sense. Okay, so I'm going to go into something I'm not an expert on, but I don't need to be an expert to understand certain things. If I, Marlon Brown, want to make money, I will get up in the morning and do the things that will make me money. If, however, the government comes and tells me, the money you now make is mine, and you ask them, how, Sway? And their answer is, 'cause. We have been conditioned to say, just take it. I can't fight you on this. When you should be conditioned to say, keep your hands off my money. Poland did that. And for that choice, Poland thrives. And they're not ashamed to say it either. In fact, they're so brazen that they'll go say it in front of the UN. That's usually where most people fall apart, get afraid, get ashamed. They don't want to say, they want to get ostracized. They don't want to get demeaned by the other countries. Not this guy. Do you remember when President Trump did the same thing? You remember when he got up in front there and said, we ain't never going to have socialism here in America? And then up comes Mr. Potato himself and says he wants it. We embrace China. There was a saying when I was growing up, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Remember that one? In Biden's case, it's if it ain't broke yet, break it. We got to find a way to snap the mess out of that. It's functioning way too well. And then we're going to barely repair it to say I did something to it. That's like dads or moms that flush children's goldfish down the toilet because they hate the goldfish. But when the kid starts crying, they go buy a new goldfish, trying to act like that's the same goldfish when you know darn well that's not the same goldfish. And the kid knows it's not the same goldfish. You're lying to me. Oh, but I did it because I cared. Then if you had cared, you wouldn't have killed my original goldfish, dummy. You would not have killed my goldfish. Just admit that you hate goldfish and you don't like seeing me happy. Just say that. No, but what they do is they get rid of it when you're not looking and then tell you you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You will not be fine. And they will make sure that you're not fine. However, I'm thinking seriously about moving to Poland. I mean, yeah, it's cold. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. Okay, I may not move to Poland. I might visit Poland when it's warm, but I ain't gonna. I've just thought about it. I'm not moving. I don't care how good your economy is. You still got winter. We can't really function or we're not gonna work like that. But on their side, when it comes to finances and how they operate, keeping woke stuff out, I'm all for it. I'm here for that. And it should be an example of America to follow, but we understand who's in charge right now. Whether we say he won or didn't win, we know who's in charge. And if he wasn't in charge, then we wouldn't be bowing down to everything he has told us to do. Let's just be honest about that. At the end of the day, we as a society have to choose between allowing someone who is ungodly to function around us and rule or not. And we as a functioning society have to decide for ourselves our own, not what somebody else wants. The question is, will we? Will we wake up like Poland did? Will we have the ability to grow a pair and say what needs to be said in front of the people that want us held down? And then go out and prove that it can be done your way. That takes a little work, yes, but ain't nothing wrong with elbow grease. Poland's a good example of what it looks like when you don't give in to stupidity, to woke agendas, to communism, and to Marxism. All of those things will destroy a country from the inside out. And America is now the leading example of how it happens. So if I were you, I think I'd be listening more to the MEP of Poland than I would be to the wet potato we call President Biden.